Welcome back, man. Welcome back to the show. Congratulations on fulfilling a lifelong dream.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. It was unique in the way it happened, that's for sure. But I
Absolutely.
wanted to lead this off by thanking you guys, first of all, for the platform you've given me for the past year to come out here and speak as like a member of the team, and just everything you guys are doing is great. And I just also wanted to apologize to Tiger Nation. I was premature the night before. I'll jump ahead on this. I was premature the night before. I was very emotional. I didn't know that you could get over slot on the third day. I was confused and didn't understand what was going on before I sent out that tweet. I loved LSU. I wanted to come back, but me and my family just felt like this was the best decision for me. So I
Hey,
wanted to go ahead and say that.
listen, man. I
I
appreciate
appreciate it.
that, but thank you for coming on here and being the guy you are. Thank you for grinding. Thank you for your story's awesome. And I'm sure that I'm the voice of the fans when I say this, that you do not need to apologize
Hell no.
for that, because we've had some conversations off air, and this is a dream that you've been
Yeah.
trying to fulfill for a really long time, and things don't always go the way that you anticipate them to go as far as the draft, and there's always surprises, and you had your mind set on one thing and you were able to get what you wanted, and you didn't do anybody a disservice. At this point, it's up to you, and it's your decision, and it's something that you've always looked forward to. And so I think that I'm in the majority when I say that you don't owe the Tiger fans an apology. I think everybody is extremely, extremely excited for you, and they cannot wait to watch you make your journey to the big leagues, because I think that you have a real, real shot to get there, and to do something special, man. So appreciate you for your kind words, but I just want to thank you for coming on here and being so awesome, and thanks for your energy on the mound, bro. You were great.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, okay. So we got all the apologies out, and we got all like the sentimental stuff out. How did it go? Tell me how the draft went. Obviously you went through day 2. You thought you were probably going to get picked in day 2. You were talking about it, and I'm sure you got plenty of phone calls, and maybe the number wasn't right. And then you go to day 3. What were your emotions when you started feeling like, oh man, I may be signing?
Yeah. So day 2, man, I got calls from 22 different teams,
Wow.
and all of them on day 2, it was from between rounds 5 and 10. Phone was ringing, but on day 2, a lot of teams are looking for the underslot senior signs for like 10K, 20K, like all the very low slots. So for me, 10K, 20K is not keeping me away from LSU.
Right.
Like I loved LSU. Like I was perfectly fine with going back, and I did panic a little bit through the end of the day because I didn't know. I was like, oh wow, is this it? Like, cause I told you, Mikey, like I want to be a pro. I wanted to be a pro. So I was like, oh, like realizing that I might be going back.
Right.
And then after day 2, I was like, oh well, guess I'm going back because I'm not getting anything on day 3.
Let me fire off this
And
tweet.
I fired off a tweet that I probably shouldn't have fired off. And the next day, all these
Tiger
teams are
droppings was a flame.
calling me, calling my advisor, saying like, "Hey, are you done? Like, are you off?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, you can still sign for a slot on day 3. And I was like, oh. So then I talked to a lot of guys that day. I talked to Mikey, talked to Ben McDonald, talked to Jay a few times, and obviously talked to my family, prayed a lot about it. And my biggest thing was to make a team show me that they value me. Like they're going to have to come up to where I'm at in order for me to agree to sign. And Mets did that. I was very appreciative of them. It's really cool. It's a dream come true. And I had a very emotional phone call with Coach Johnson. Everybody knows how great he is, man.
And that's
I
what
love
I
playing
wanted
for
to
him.
get. I wanted to get into that. And you don't have to give the details, but how'd that conversation go? What went into that conversation? And as much as you can give. Obviously, you don't have to give all the details.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just feel like I owe it to him, man. Like everything he's given me in this past year, the opportunities he's given me. Like I feel like I owed it. I felt like I owed it to him after kind of like the day before, probably making making it feel like, oh yeah, he's coming back.
Right.
Well, he definitely felt like that. But and then when I had to tell him the next day, he was just like he understood. He was gracious. He said he wanted me back, but he said he wants what's best for me and my future, and that I'll of course always be welcome back around the field and facilities to work out and train.
And that's really all you can ask for, right? And I know we had this conversation, and I told you is like, going into the draft, you have a number in your mind, right? Everybody talks about what's your number, right? I'm not asking what's your number. I don't want to know your number, any of that stuff. But everybody going into the draft says,
Telling my girlfriend.
everybody goes into the draft with that in their mind, and hey, this is the number that is going to take me to leave, right? And as the draft gets going, some guys start to panic and start to feel like, well, I'm not getting picked yet. Like, I don't know if I'm going to get my number. And then some teams will take advantage of that and draft you and say, okay, we're going to give you this. And it's going to be under your number. And a guy will sign because they feel like they're going to miss their opportunity, right? And, what I told you is the best thing you can do is have your number in your head and say, this is the lowest number I'm going to sign for. And if they don't get to that, then that is your promise to you and the coaching staff and whoever, like, I'm going to go back, right? Like, that's your word. And, that's what I told you. I was like, you shouldn't worry about this because, if they get to it, which they did, you're going to have the opportunity to fulfill the dream that you've been working so hard for that is very hard to achieve. And, I think that you handled it the right way. You've been very genuine and gracious through everything. And so, it's a stressful time. I get that. I understand that. Did you have family and friends with you during the draft, like during that process?
Yeah, I did too. Everybody, all my family, a bunch of friends were there, and phone kept ringing. Kept saying no, sticking to my guns. I will go back to school if I don't get my number. That's what I was set on. And that day, obviously, I was a little bit disappointed because I thought for sure I was good enough to be taken on that day. But then I realized, like, that's not what it's about. It's about teams are going to try to get guys for as little amount of money as they can.
Yep.
And if you can stick to your guns and hold out, the next day they're going to show you how much you actually mean to them. Because, the luxury tax, if you go over a certain number on the third day, that's where you can.
Right.
That's for me. That's what showed me that the Mets value me, and that's why I'm very content to sign here, and very content with the time I had at LSU.
At the end of the day, you are what they want, right? You are the asset. You are the person, so you have to value yourself, and you want the team that values you. And obviously the Mets showed that, and you're able to sign and do that. So, have they told you what their plan is for you as far as like, signing and getting on and moving on to their organization?
Yeah, I'm in my cousin's wedding this weekend, so nice. I got to do that, and then on Monday I'm going down to Florida to Port St. Lucie to start up like rookie ball camp, sign the contract, do all that stuff. I don't really know how all that looks, so I'll probably be talking to you again shortly, Mike.
Anything you need, man.
Oh, you don't want to talk to me? Come on, dude. Let me negotiate this thing.
Lloyd, I'm going to just have you run my Twitter account. I need to stay off that.
I would have done the same thing. I'm coming back as a starter.
Are they going to send you to a rookie ball? Like, after you sign, like, I know you're going to like get like a ramp up probably to get your arm back. Well, you've been pitching really all summer, right?
Yeah, I pitched in the Cape League. I threw 11 innings in the Cape.
Yeah,
but,
so
hey, let me tell you guys, Grant Taylor, special in the Cape.
Look, his numbers look amazing.
Huge. Oh my God, he dominated everybody.
Was he throwing cheese?
That dude. Oh, he was sitting 4 to 6 for 6 innings.
Oh, love that.
Like,
I think Wes Johnson's going to like that one.
Next year. Oh yeah, he did. He came to one of our games, and Grant went 6 innings, like 4 hits, 12 punchies, no walks.
Wow.
No wonder you went pro.
Against like, the best hitters, like across the country.
Yeah.
So no wonder you went pro, dude. After seeing that, like, I got to get out of here.
But yeah, I would imagine you would go down to St. Lucie, you would sign, you get a little ramp up period, and maybe they, depending on what their plan is. They'll probably want you to go pitch a little bit in short season or something just to get some innings under your belt to kind of feel how minor league ball works. But you're a redshirt junior, right?
Right.
Yeah. So basically, they're gonna go. I think that what I would assume is they're probably going to put you in there. You perform well, you show that you can handle it, and you keep moving up until you go. Just because there's nothing. You don't need to stay in the lower levels for that long. Now, obviously, I'm not in an organization. I'm just making assumptions. But that's what I would think that they would do for you. But St. Lucie's not a bad spot. You get to play, there's a lot of teams around that area, so you don't have to travel too much in spring training, which is going to be nice. Florida spring training is a lot of travel. You're going to get to back up you're going to get to back up some big league games. And, boy, just make sure you have your AirPods. And make sure your iPad or your iPhone is charged, because going up from St. Lucie to like Lakeland or Tampa, it's about a 3-hour drive. So it's going to be grinders. But it's fun. It's fun. Spring training will be fun.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. That's for sure.
Couple more questions. Do you have any questions for
him? No, I just wanted to set the scene a little bit for if people don't know, and I feel like they do because your story is pretty well documented. But for you to be able to go from Division III baseball as a walk-on, find your way to LSU, and then get drafted, like, for anybody that's giving you shit or is like, I can't believe he wants to do this after he said whatever. But for you to be able to have this opportunity, I don't think people realize that at some point in your life, like, you'd played baseball forever and you never thought this was going to come. And for you to be able to get your name called, get to your number, like, how can anybody ever say anything to you about what your decision is or whatever? Because this is a lifelong dream that you thought was probably never going to be realized at one point in your life, and now here you are. So I just want to congratulate you personally on that, because that's unbelievable, the grind that you showed.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Lloyd. You're the man.
Thank you, sir.
What's that?
The Southern Miss Twitter thing.
Oh, yeah. We didn't even talk about that.
We did not talk about that. Look,
after the regional.
I did not mean to set you up that way. And honestly, you didn't even say anything bad. They were just looking for anything.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about Arizona. We were just saying how cool it would be because Coop played there. We weren't talking about skipping Southern Miss.
No. I mean, obviously, if you're not looking forward to maybe hosting, then what are you playing for? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
They were trying to do anything.
I held it down that weekend pretty nice.
You did. I appreciate that. We backed you up. We had you back. We had your back. But last question, really, before I let you go, and I know it's we've been dragging this on, but what are you looking forward to most? Obviously, moving on to professional baseball, and what are you going to miss most about playing here in LSU?
I'd say what I'm going to miss the most, man, it's a lot of things, man. Obviously, my teammates got to be number one. Those are all my best friends. Just spending every day in the locker room, out there at practice, and in the games with those guys is awesome. And I'm so thankful for them. I told them it was the best season I've ever had in my life. Like, I had so much fun. And then, obviously, the fans, the atmosphere, the joy of getting to play at LSU that a lot of kids, especially from my area in North Carolina, don't know what it's like to play in front of that many fans in a college baseball game. So I would say those two things especially. And then, of course, I'll miss all my coaches that contributed. Coach Kelly, he was great for me. Coach Johnson, obviously, I thank him for trusting me in every big situation pretty much for the whole year. I would say all that stuff I'm definitely going to miss about LSU. And then, obviously, the show. For sure. But,
oh, you'll be back.
Hey, you'll be back. Listen, the show's always here, man. You can be the show from anywhere. So, we're going to miss you coming in studio. But, look, video call now, man. Technology's crazy. You can do whatever. You act like you're here.
Oh, yeah, we love it. Yeah, but as for looking forward to pro ball, I'm just looking forward to going out there and competing against the best players in the world from all different countries. Just going out and showing that what I have plays at every level. Yep. And going out there and trying to be the best version of myself to hopefully eventually get to the big leagues and hopefully win a World Series.
Yeah, just bring it back to LSU real quick. You mentioned Grant, play with them in the Cape. Is there anybody else, maybe somebody that was a freshman that's going in a sophomore like Grant, that LSU fans should keep an eye on next year?
Yeah, I would say Cale Lansville for sure. He hurt his shoulder. I don't think he was ever 100% in the fall or the spring. He hurt his shoulder. He's been rehabbing. He's been working his butt off. I've been talking to him. I think he's going to go out there and have a big year, put up really big numbers this year. And I think Tiger fans are going to love what they see from him next year.
Natty or bust for LSU?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's got to be, dude. Like, that's part of the reason why this decision was so hard, man. Because I feel like I come back, I'm getting a ring.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's why that's part of what made it so difficult. But no, they're loaded. You look everywhere. They're loaded. Everything they lost looks like they picked up. Would we get like 7 out of the top 10 players in the transfer portal?
Yep.
Something like that.
Something crazy.
Like, it's got to be natty or bust. In which, yes, LSU fans, it's natty or bust every year.
That's what it should be.
Especially this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Wait, how nervous were you walking into Jay Johnson's office or giving him a phone call? Did you feel like you were about to talk to the principal? Were you like that feeling in your stomach?
Yeah, I had a really. I was very nervous.
Hey, he was sweating it. He was sweating it.
No doubt, but I imagine
I just didn't.
Go ahead.
Like I said, like he's been so good to me, and I just didn't. I didn't want to like disappoint him or like let him down because that's my guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but I mean, he understood and he was very gracious, and I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. What makes Jay Johnson so good is he's got a lot of awareness and savvy about it. He understands the situations. And
great field guy.
Exactly.
Well, and I think that just to like kind of build off of that for LSU fans, that's something that you want to hear, that a guy has like gotten the number that he wants in a Major League Baseball draft, and he's still in his mind's like, I don't want to disappoint a coach that's not even your coach anymore, essentially. Like, it shows what Jay Johnson's building here, and that's like unbelievable news if you're an LSU fan.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. I mean, it's everything he's been doing, everything he's been building. It's nice to hear it, obviously, from somebody that played under him and have that type of respect. And it's just, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun future. I know, obviously, Paulie G, you're gonna be listening, watching, keeping up with him, and watching your boys play. But, dude, you have a fan in me, lifelong fan. I will follow your career. Obviously, I'm only a phone call away. If ever you need anything, I know you have a lot of people in your corner. But if there's ever any advice, one piece of advice: don't call anybody coach in the minor leagues. It's all about first name basis.
All right.
All first name basis.
You.
No coach. Skip, manager Skip, or whoever, and whatever their name is. Names. No coaches. They'll make fun of you. That's my word.
Because I would have done that as soon as I got there.
Yeah, well, look, we've all done it. I did it. I've done it. Jared Mitchell's done it. Everybody's done it. I didn't know. Now you know. Going in. Hey, don't do that.
Is that a real picture behind you, or is that a stock photo? It looks like it's from Hallmark. What is that?
Oh, that's my family.
It's a real family? Okay, nice.
That's my real family.
Paulie, dude, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you coming and talk to us. We're going to have you on again, obviously, in pro ball, following your career. But, man, enjoy this time. Have fun at the wedding this weekend. Good luck with your signing. And then, we'll stay in touch, and hopefully I'll see you in the fall.
No doubt. I'll definitely come around in the fall. I got to make
Absolutely.
another trip down there for a football game.
Absolutely.
LGM.
All right. Thank you guys for
LGM.
everything once again.
Yep. Thank you, bro. Good luck.
All right.
All right, man.